from the environment. I think a lot of teams would have been. I don't know what the crowd was tonight, but it was obviously pro KU, very loud, very into the match. They seemed to know volleyball relatively well, which was impressive. And you know, it came down for us being a smaller team, serving and passing. And when we passed and when we served the ball the way we wanted to, we were right there with them. So I was happy with how we played overall.
Open up the floor to the student athletes for questions.
Kara, the first set you get out to the quick start, and then the second set, tables totally turned. What was the difference in the two sets from your vantage point?
I think a couple of our players started playing a little tentative. We were tentative on the service line, hitting. I think that's just where it started and then spreaded.
Kara, did you feel in the third set that you had to get a little bit more involved in the attack? How did you feel about on the front line there?
I was one of those kids that were swinging tentative, and I just had to get myself out of that, and it's a slow process.
Marie, were you aware of what happened in the match preceded you, and considering that it was a mid-major knocking off a BCS institution time, did you guys take notice of that? Was there any talk among the team about that?
Yeah, we noticed it, and we knew we could beat them, and we knew we could go out and be that Cinderella story, and that's how we came out and we played in the first game.
You obviously saw what Northern Iowa did with Kansas State yesterday, so the team was aware of those things too.
Yeah.
How would you assess the evening from your vantage point?
I thought we came out strong, and then, like Kara said, we ended up getting tentative, and that's when you make mistakes.
I know it's kind of difficult for both of you guys, but how would you put this whole season in perspective? Can you each respond to that?
I think we had a great season. We had a great run. We ended up doing great in our league. We won both, and it's just sad that it's over.
Kara?
I wouldn't have wanted to do it with any other girls. I can say that.
Any other questions for student athletes?
Maria and Kara, how would you say the environment and playing in a basketball stadium like Allen Fieldhouse affected you guys' play at all tonight?
I think our team thrives on the energy that other fans bring, which I think it was a good thing for our team. We obviously didn't start off nervous, which is a good thing. I know Chuck was a little worried about that.
Yeah, if anything, I would say that it actually helped us. We feed off the energy of the crowd no matter who they're cheering for, and I thought we came out great.
Anything else for the student athletes?
We've played well on the road all year. I mean, you look at our best wins. We went undefeated on the road in our conference, and a couple of our worst losses of the year came at home. When you're at home, you've got distractions, and I think part of KU's problem at first game, distractions. So you got classes, you got boyfriends, you got parents, you got people trying to get this and that and tugging at you. And quite honestly, I love playing on the road, and we do feed off of the crowd, and we played extremely well all year on the road.
Can you put the season in perspective?
Hey, we got just a great group of seniors that have worked hard, and you know, we won when they were freshmen. We won a championship, and you know, had a kid go down with an injury and weren't able to get back to the NCAA tournament. But these guys worked really hard the last couple of years, and it's a process of that takes time. And I think at all levels, you know, teams win with juniors and seniors out there on the court. And you know, if you look at our league every year, the teams that are winning it, they've got juniors and seniors that are leading the way. So it's a special group, one that I'll remember.
Can you share your thoughts on number 4 for KU and what
she's a great player. You know, I thought I mean, look at the serving stat. We served extremely well, and we did have modest system, but they would just throw it out there to her, and you know, unfortunately, we don't have anybody that can simulate her in practice or anything else, and she's a great player.
When you look at the stat sheet, what stands out?
Well, for us, the serving. I mean, we only had 2 service errors, and I thought we did an excellent job. And also, you know, Kansas is a really good serving team. that put a lot of pressure on our passers, and for us to only have 4 receiving errors, I think that was really strong. Defensively, what stands out to me is that we had 56 digs compared to their 60, but we had 15 more swings than them. So I thought defensively we went toe to toe, if not made maybe a few more game-changing type plays out there. I thought our defenders did a really good job, and in some long rallies. So I was real happy with that.
In the first set, you only had 3 errors, and I think in the second you committed 14.
Yeah.
Was that part of that tentativeness? That
It is. I mean, when it rains, it snows, and part of that obviously is KU. I mean, they're big, physical, strong, and as soon as an error or two happens, people just start thinking a little bit too much, and you go away from what has worked for you. And with the length of KU, shots that work 90% of the time in our league, they're not going to work against those guys. So, but I was happy with how we came back in games 3 and 4, at least offensively. We played a lot more aggressive and looked like ourselves.